In the top stories, Prime Minister Harris condemns killing of Haiti president. IMF praises St. Kitts Nevis on pandemic response, and 39 inmates and 2 staff members fully recovered at Her Majesty's prison. The details to these stories and more after the break.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you. We're still here. We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Hey, man, I just can't believe that.
Yo, sweet boy, what you really crying for?
Why you see me crying, boy? What me crying? I just see her thinking about that girl. I think she cheating on me, you know.
You lie.
Boy, for real. A couple of weeks ago, right? She come telling me how I'm too sweet and that I just make she belly roll and I got her thighs rubbing. What is that?
No, man.
But yes. Look, she tell me, right, that we need some time apart. To be honest, I wasn't too concerned about that because you know how the girls and them, they're addicted to me sweetness. But then I see she the other day and the girl looking so good, looking so fresh and so lean.
Boy, you sure she addicted to you?
But yes. But wait. Look at her. Come. Hide. Boy, come hide now. Oh, I can't believe, but is that what going on? Really? Why you got to say for yourself?
Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody, hey.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep, lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris has condemned the killing of Haiti President Jovenel Moïse on Tuesday night. In a statement issued on Wednesday morning, the Prime Minister said, quote, "It is with a heavy heart that I learned of the extremely sad news of the assassination of the President of the Republic of Haiti, Mr. Jovenel Moïse. On my own behalf and that of the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis, I extend sincere condolences to the family and the people of Haiti and hope that they may find solace and comfort even during this traumatic and challenging time," end quote. The Prime Minister added, quote, "We condemn this heinous and cowardly act and hope that those responsible will soon be apprehended and brought to justice. We pray for calm and that good reason will prevail. Let us continue to keep the people of our sister CARICOM member state in our thoughts and prayers, and as a show of solidarity, reach out to the Haitian population who have come to call St. Kitts and Nevis their home," end quote. The International Monetary Fund has praised St. Kitts and Nevis for the measures taken which have reduced the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In a statement posted on the IMF website on Tuesday, the institution outlined the findings following discussions with local authorities on the nation's response to the pandemic. The statement said the impact on the Federation's economy was severe, but noted that, quote, "Government's actions kept domestic infections in 2020 to the lowest in the Western Hemisphere," end quote. It was also noted that, quote, "A rebound in tourism should prompt a strong recovery from 2022 onwards, but risks to the outlook are significant. Containing the pandemic and supporting the economy are near-term policy priorities," end quote. The IMF suggested that policy focus should shift to rebuilding fiscal buffers by resuming to save part of the citizenship by investment revenues, preparing the financial system for exit from the temporary support measures, and pursuing structural reforms to support productivity, economic competitiveness, and human capital. It was also noted that St. Kitts and Nevis entered the COVID-19 pandemic from a position of fiscal strength following nearly a decade of budget surpluses. The statement said, quote, "A significant part of the large CBI revenues were prudently saved, reducing public debt to below the regional debt target of 60% of GDP and supporting accumulation of large government deposits," end quote. In other news, as of July 6, 39 residents at Her Majesty's Prison and 2 members of staff have now fully recovered from the COVID-19 virus. They were given the all-clear by health officials after having 2 negative tests recently. Currently, there are 16 residents and 10 members of staff who are still considered active cases. They're all in stable condition at this time, according to a statement from Her Majesty's Prison. Members of staff and residents at the prison farm in Nevis were tested over the weekend, and their results all returned negative. According to a press statement following an outbreak of the virus in the prison in St. Kitts in June, the management team put several measures in place to protect the health of residents and staff members who were not affected. The measures proved effective in drastically slowing the spread of the virus among the residents. Commissioner of Corrections Terence James and his team divided the cell block down the middle with a partition and put affected residents in isolation on one side. To facilitate full recovery, those who test positive are given additional supplements, encouraged to exercise, and are taken out for fresh air and sunlight. They're also visited regularly by the prison doctor. Cells are sanitized to allow for recovered residents to move out of the isolation area. Last week, the prison acquired protective personal equipment with the assistance of the Ministry of Health to further prevent the spread of the virus. Commissioner of Corrections James continues to work closely with the National COVID-19 Task Force to monitor the situation at HMP and to address any issues that might arise. To date, just over 70% of staff and approximately half of the residents have been vaccinated. We now take a look at the most recent COVID-19 situation report. After the break, Prime Minister Harris to host press conference this week and new traffic restrictions in place for days of limited movement. Stay with us.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your National Bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag specials from July 1st through 14th. Essential everyday apple juices, just $6.99. IGA canned vegetables, $2.99. IGA peanut butter, creamy and crunchy, $7.99. Almond breeze milk, $12.99. Essential everyday bar and shredded cheeses, just $7.99. Wishbone salad dressings, just $8.99. And now our very low weekly value deals. Kraft barbecue sauces, $5.99 each. Essential everyday pastas, $2.99. IGA squeezed ketchup, $3.99. Equaline mouthwash, 1.3 to 1.5 liters, just $9.49. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras a Value Mart.
Your safety and convenience are most important to us at Flow. That's why we provide many ways for you to keep your account connected, which now includes FastPay, the new convenient payment option on our website. No registration required. Or download the MyFlow app to pay anytime from anywhere on your smartphone or tablet. If you wish to pay your bill in person, feel free to visit any of our fully sanitized branches. Flow is committed to helping you stay connected. Let's do this together.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris will hold a press conference on Thursday, July 8, beginning at 10 in the morning at the conference room at the National Emergency Management Agency, or NEMA. Prime Minister Harris will update citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis on matters of national importance, including the country's ongoing fight against the deadly COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Harris's press conference will be carried live on ZIZ Radio and TV, Channel 5, and the Facebook and YouTube platforms of the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service and ZIZ. In other news, Sergeant Calvin Amory of the Traffic Department has announced traffic restrictions that will be affecting motorists on the limited days of operation. He made the announcement during ZIZ Radio's On the Road program on Wednesday.
Traffic that is traveling down on West Independence Square Street, if you want to go west into Bank Street towards the circus, that street would be blocked. You only would be allowed to go northwards and southwards on West Independence Square Street, and you can go towards the east if you're coming from Bank Street. You'll not be allowed to go into Bank Street to the circus. If you're in the circus, you're coming up at 4th Street, to the bottom of 4th Street, and you want to go left into Liverpool, you will not be allowed to go westwards into Liverpool. We want persons to know that.
Sergeant Amory added that persons will not be allowed to turn into College Street Gut from the Bay Road during the limited operations period. And as it pertains to the public market, he said the current procedure in place that's used on a Saturday will be adopted for Thursday and Friday.
We will be putting the arrangement that we normally have in place on Saturdays for the market. And that is, traffic would only be allowed to flow one way. That's going westwards from the ferry terminal going towards the Cenotaph.
Okay.
We allow parking. There will be yellow lines there on the mountain side of the road. We allow parking because we understand that people want to drop off the stuff, people want to pick up, and we have a discussion. So we allow it.
So during this time you're allowing parking?
During the Thursday and Friday, just as we do on Saturdays, we allow persons to park there. So you will not be ticketed for being parked on the yellow line.
Sergeant Amory also asked persons who are using the Bay Road to drive down towards the ferry terminal to use Fines Avenue.
We are asking the motorists who are using the Bay Road and want to go down towards the ferry terminal that you will be using Fines Avenue, so you will take the turn into Fines Avenue, and when you get at the junction of Fort Thomas Road, you just go right into Fort Thomas Road and it take you down to Lower College Street, right on the Bay Road into the ferry terminal.
He said changes can occur unpredictably throughout the day, so persons are asked to remain vigilant and pay attention to the signs and the traffic wardens. OECS states, including St. Kitts and Nevis, are being encouraged to balance coastal development and conservation and weigh the opportunity cost of losing nature to development. This, according to senior marine scientist Dr. Mark Spalding, on a Mapping Ocean Wealth initiative recently undertaken by the Nature Conservancy for the OECS under the Caribbean Regional Oceanscape Project, also known as CROP. The Mapping Ocean Wealth Initiative includes ocean mapping data, tools, maps, and models which make ocean science more accessible to policymakers at the national and regional level and give a better understanding of the value of the coastal environment. Speaking on the findings of the consultancy, Dr. Spalding said nature-dependent tourism continues to be a major source of revenue for the 5 OECS member states participating in the project, and as such, there needs to be a delicate balance between conservation and development.
We think these maps get served up to that process of marine spatial planning where you will, I hope, invite all the players, the fishers, the tour operators, the planners, the shipping companies, whatever, the farmers as well. We should go inland as well as offshore. But it enables people. It sits at the beginning of the conversation and guides the conversation as well, because people can see those values, and then you can start. Much of this is about compromise, about making sure everyone gets something out of it when you're starting to build a marine spatial plan. I think there's also huge advantages of having these maps in that they enable you to see potential.
The TNC Mapping Ocean Wealth exercise found that pre-COVID, coral reefs in the 5 participating countries attracted more than 143,000 visitors and generated just over $118 million in revenue each year. Nature-dependent beaches in these countries generate an estimated $318 million each year. Dr. Spalding pointed out that these revenue streams from the blue economy can be compromised or undermined by unsustainable activity.
You can start to see the opportunity costs of losing nature as well. So I think the maps just provide an important basis for conversation, but marine spatial planning has to involve people, stakeholders, and so on. So I think what this does is inform, and it enables people, I suppose, as well to look under the. I would always encourage people to look inside, look at the model, see what we did. If there's something that seems odd, you can query it because it's a logical model.
The Caribbean Regional Oceanscape Project is funded by the Global Environment Facility through the World Bank. It aims to move OECS member states closer to a blue economy. Independent production firm Anna Barbara Films, with offices in the UK and LA, has chosen Nevis to be featured in a pivotal scene in the upcoming movie My Mental Health is Fine, starring acclaimed English actor John Cleese. The creation of this film is currently underway and the release date is yet to be confirmed. In addition to the recent filming of My Mental Health is Fine, Nevis has recently welcomed various production companies to the island, bringing the number of films created on the island this year alone to 4, with additional productions in the pipeline. Production companies that have chosen to film on Nevis have hand-picked local talent, from production assistants to extras and actors from the pool of thespians and students that live on the island. Local artist Vaughn Anslin will be featured alongside John Cleese in this upcoming movie. And local production company True Capo Entertainment was also used in the filming of this scene. Coming up in regional news, a state of emergency declared in Haiti following president's assassination. The details when we return.
look like the dude who was shopping at furniture and appliances. See, my friend, you look like you buy something from the Ashley Home Store. How you know? Because we get the cashback coupons and the free groceries for a year.
Cashback is back at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture. Shop now and get a chance to win free groceries for 1 year.
Call or WhatsApp Agility Exports today at 1-246-417-0477 or email us at info@agilityexports.com to get yours now.
Regionally, Haiti's interim prime minister urged residents of the Caribbean nation to stay calm after gunmen shot President Jovenel Moïse dead in his home. More in this report.
Haiti declared a state of emergency on Wednesday, hours after the brazen assassination of the Caribbean nation's president. The government said President Jovenel Moïse was shot dead by unidentified attackers in his home in Port-au-Prince overnight in what it called a barbaric act. The 53-year-old president's wife, Martine Moïse, was also shot and injured and receiving medical treatment. Interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph said in televised remarks that the government had declared a state of emergency amid confusion over who would take over the reins of the country.
Haitian people, stay calm as everything is under control. The Council of Ministers gathered to ensure the continuity of the state. President Jovenel Moïse will not die without getting justice.
In Washington, U.S. President Joe Biden was briefed on the murder and called the situation in Haiti worrisome.
What's your reaction, Mr. President, to the Haitian president being assassinated?
We need a lot more information, but it's very worrisome.
The assassination coincides with a wave of gang violence as armed groups battle police and one another for control of the streets in recent months. Haiti is the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. It faces a growing humanitarian crisis and food shortage, and fears of widespread chaos are spreading. The Dominican Republic announced it was closing its border with Haiti. The U.S. Embassy said in a statement it would be closed Wednesday due to the ongoing security situation. Moïse faced fierce protests after taking office as president in 2017. This year, the opposition accused him of seeking to install a dictatorship, which he denied.
Meanwhile, Haiti's First Lady Martine Moïse was shot multiple times in the incident and was flown to Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport in Florida, arriving at approximately 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday. More from WPLG.
It landed here. We're told that on that stretcher is Haiti's First Lady, Martine Moise, suffering from gunshot wounds. We're told that she'll be taken to a South Florida hospital for medical care. You can see in that video she is surrounded by members of Homeland Security and other law enforcement as she's rolled from that Trinity Air ambulance to that private ground ambulance. And if you look at that video, it appears that one of her arms is bandaged. She has a mask over her face, and it looks like she is really just keeping still, saying very little. As you know, as we reported, it was in the early morning assassination of her husband, Haitian President Jovenel Moise, when officials say the First Lady was shot multiple times in their private residence. According to the Haitian ambassador to the United States, she is stable but critical. Local 10, as you know, has caught up
to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Internationally, the Dutch Prime Minister has described the shooting of a prominent crime journalist as shocking and incomprehensible. Peter R. de Vries was seriously wounded on a street in Amsterdam. He's known for his investigative work in exposing the Dutch underworld. De Vries has had police protection in the past after receiving threats for his involvement in criminal cases. Al Jazeera's Nadim Baba reports.
He's a household name in the Netherlands. Now investigative journalist Peter de Vries is in hospital, fighting for his life after being shot on this Amsterdam street. It happened right after he made one of his regular television appearances on a current affairs programme.
The shooter shot Peter de Vries at close range. He was quickly assisted by bystanders and colleagues and taken to an Amsterdam hospital in a serious condition.
De Vries is known for investigative work on countless cases, notably the 1983 kidnapping of beer magnate Freddie Heineken. He's often been threatened by figures in the criminal underworld, including the Heineken kidnapper.
It was well known that he received death threats, and he was also on the death list of a crime syndicate reportedly, a few years ago at least. But that now has led to action and to this assassination attempt on his life. Has instigated a shockwave through the Netherlands, really.
In 2008, de Vries won an international Emmy for a show he made about the disappearance of US teenager Natalie Holloway on the Caribbean island of Aruba. The main suspect in that case, a Dutch citizen, was later convicted of murdering a Peruvian student.
Peter R. de Vries is voor ons allemaal.
Peter de Vries is a national hero to all of us, a rare and brave journalist, tirelessly seeking justice, completely independent and free-spirited. He stands up for those in need, for the parents of a murdered child, for those who've been wrongly convicted.
In the European Parliament, the mood was one of outrage.
We might disagree with a lot we see in our media, but we have to agree that journalists investigating potential abuses of power are not a threat but an asset to our democracies and our societies. And our thoughts and solidarity go with the journalist Peter de Vries in these moments.
The Netherlands King, Willem-Alexander, says the shooting shocked him deeply, calling it an attack on democracy. Dutch police say 2 men they arrested on a highway shortly after the attack are still in custody. Nadim Baba, Al Jazeera.
Still on the international scene, there are warnings of respiratory illnesses among children near Taal volcano in the Philippines. Most of the people near the identified 7-kilometer danger zone have been moved elsewhere, but those displaced are worried about more than just the eruption of the volcano. Al Jazeera's Jamila Alindogan reports.
We visited Agoncillo a week after Taal volcano sent plumes of black smoke and ash into the town. It is mostly empty now. Taal volcano is spewing a record high amount of sulfur dioxide, and the Philippine government says another eruption is imminent. Those previously moved elsewhere are not allowed to return just yet. They've been staying in temporary shelters like these in Batangas province.
We are okay here. We are not hungry. There is aid. We would like to go home if possible once allowed.
The government has assured affected communities that assistance is being given and more aid will come in the coming days. But the threat of COVID-19 is a major concern here.
We were here last week and there were more than 800 residents taking shelter here. What the government has done over the past few days was to move half of them in several different locations. This is a requirement by the national government to implement the minimum health protocol required when there is a pandemic.
We are identifying those for swabbing. We have our swabs here. We also check those who are pregnant. So far, we have 7 here.
When Taal erupted last year, it displaced more than 100,000 people for weeks. It was followed by the global pandemic and the months-long lockdown that hurt businesses here, which are dependent on fishing and tourism. People here say they understand the threats they face, but they fear this could be a repeat of what happened last year. Jamela Alindogan, Al Jazeera, Taal, Batangas Province, Northern Philippines.
Up next in sport, 4 national athletes to participate in NACAC Games and Tanzania team bound for Tokyo Olympics. Stay tuned.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
We know there are moments when life just doesn't go as planned, and our days pretty much takes us where it wants to. But for every missed occasion, there's a great opportunity. We are making it easier to make bill payments, report faults, and receive bill balances through our automated call-in service available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Simply call 465-2000 and say or press 2 to access our automated customer service system. Say or press 2 to make a payment via credit card. Enter your 8-digit Skillick account number as seen on your bill. Enter the amount you wish to pay without a decimal point. For example, enter 2000 for a $20 payment. Have your credit card on hand to enter your credit card number, expiration date, and security number. One phone call gives you the power to regain control of your day. Skilleck's interactive voice response system. Skilleck, powering responses.
First up in sport, 4 athletes from St. Kitts and Nevis will compete in the North American, Central America and Caribbean Athletic Association or NACAC Games from July 9 to 11 in San Jose. Amaya Clark, Janaza Francis, Ian Liburd and Leroy Chapman will represent St. Kitts and Nevis in the Under-18 and Under-23 Championship, while Eric Francis will serve as head coach. Female athlete Amaya Clark, a junior at University of Akron, will compete in the 100-meter dash. She's also a member of the team for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Janaza Francis, a freshman at Lincoln University, will compete in the Under-23 400-meter hurdles event. Leroy Chapman will compete in the 400-meter event. Ian Liburd will compete in the Under-23 100-meter dash and 200-meter event. Delwayne Delaney, SKN Athletics president, said in a statement that despite the abrupt end to the 2020-2021 track and field season in St. Kitts and Nevis, the executive of SKN Athletics is proud to support these athletes in this athletic championship. He said, quote, "We had to curtail and outright cancel many events for the track season 2019-2020 and the 2020-2021 season, including big events like the inter-primary and inter-high school events. However, despite these cancellations, we encouraged our athletes to continue training to remain in top form. I'm delighted that we were able to support these athletes as they compete in their respective events. I expect all of them to give their best performances and to be ambassadors for the federation," end quote. Liburd and Chapman will leave St. Kitts on Wednesday to join Clark and Francis and head coach in Miami. They will all depart for Costa Rica on Thursday. The statement further said that the executive of SKN Athletics would like to congratulate the athletes for being selected and wishes them all the best in their events. The association wishes to thank the National Olympic Committee for its assistance and support. Tanzania's marathon national record holder, Gabriel Gay, along with 3 other athletes, will represent their country at the Tokyo Olympics. In May, Gay finished 6th at the Milano Marathon in Italy, clocking a new national record of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 55 seconds. CGTN's Daniel Kijo visited the team in Arusha and filed this report.
These 3 Tanzanians carry the hopes of a nation on their young shoulders. Long-distance runners Failuna Matanga, Alphonse Simbu, and Gabriel Gay are the only 3 athletes that will compete to the world's best at the upcoming Olympics. Gabriel Gay is the latest to qualify for the Games after setting a national record in just his first competitive marathon attempt.
My national records are for the 15k, 20k and I think the 25k. But the national record that most people know is the 42-kilometer record that I set last month.
Tanzania's second male Olympic representative is Alphonse Simbu. In 2017, at the IAAF World Championships in London, the 26-year-old came in 3rd and won a bronze medal in the men's marathon. He says the trio is looking to shock the world.
This year, to be honest, I have a thirst for a good performance. I want a medal. I know for Tanzanians we have never got a full marathon medal. The legends like Filbert Bayi got medals in the 1,500 metres. So because I've qualified, Gabrielle has qualified and Failuna as well. Man, I tell each day we are dreaming of Olympic gold.
Tanzania has won 2 Olympic medals in its history, with both coming at the Moscow 1980 Games. Filbert Bayi, who is now the Tanzania Olympic Committee Secretary General, won silver in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, while Suleiman Nyambui won a medal of the same color over 5,000 meters. Historically, Tanzania was known for its long-distance runners. Suleiman Nyambui and Filbert Bayi are 2 of the biggest names in Tanzanian track and field. Both won Olympic medals for the country in 1980. Now, Simbu, Gabriel and others are looking to use the 2021 Olympics to inspire a new generation of athletic talent. As the team continues training on the foot of Mount Meru in Arusha, they know they're preparing for what could be an historic moment, winning an Olympic medal. Daniel Kijo, CGTN, Arusha, Tanzania.
When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines. Stay tuned.
Whether you're at home or abroad, ZIZ's social media platforms help you stay connected with what's going on in St. Kitts and Nevis. Keep up with daily events by liking our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at ZBC Online. Like our pictures on Instagram and subscribe to our videos on YouTube. Also, you can watch us live on the ZIZ mobile app and our website, zizonline.com. No matter where you are, ZIZ is just a click away. ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, reaching you wherever you are.
We now wrap up with a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Harris condemns killing of Haiti president. IMF praises St. Kitts and Nevis on pandemic response, and 39 inmates and 2 staff members fully recovered at HMP. And that's it for the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.
News.